Welcome to Get Your Mind Right, Boots on the Ground, where we spotlight professionals in the field who have overcome challenges and how they work through them. Their stories offer real-world insights and tips for thriving in today's competitive landscape.
Hey, welcome back to Get Your Mind Right. This is a special edition of Boots on the Ground. And with this special edition, I'm bringing in people that are out there every day on the front lines actually making it happen. And with me today is Evolve's relationship advocate, Whitney Johnson. Good morning, Whitney.
Good morning.
Yeah, so it's great to have you here on the world's only daily video podcast that caters especially to merchant services and digital marketing professionals. Now, Whitney, yesterday when we left off, we were talking about how a sales reps, what their strategies look like, and solution-based selling. Today I really like you to pivot on how you augur support in your pitches and what that specifically means to your merchants.
For sure. So while there definitely is something to be said for cost savings, like I mentioned previously, Evolve has a lot more to offer. And something that I see that is becoming increasingly more important is support. So and I think frankly that's something that I've taken for granted a lot of the time. So Evolve, we have someone here in the office Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. That is a big deal. I hear merchants say all the time that they are becoming more and more frustrated anytime they try and talk to someone for support. You know, Square, it's a major aggregator. They don't even have a customer service line. That's all done through like a chat line, right? How aggravating and frustrating is it that you can't even talk to a real person? Kind of on that same tangent, if you do for other competitors, if you do need to call into someone, a lot of times those calls they're routed overseas or they're routed through some kind of an AI channel, and it's horrible to maybe not even talk to a real person or be shuffled off from person to person to person. It's very frustrating, right? You're in a very intense situation in the first place, having an issue, and then you've got to jump through all these hoops just to get some support. So having that in-house support here at our headquarters in Indiana, as well as having the support of their local rep, whoever that may be, that is truly invaluable to our merchants that I've seen lately.
Sorry to overtalk you. And this is a little awkward. Is that a slippery slope, these conversations that you have with your merchants about us being US based company and support?
You know, not in my experience, right? It's not even just a US thing. It's talking to someone who can give them a clear and concise answer in a short matter of time. I really think that's all that folks are looking for. It doesn't matter if it's coming frankly from the US or not, but that's what they get from us, right? They get those quick answers. They're talking to someone who speaks the same language as them, who's giving them very clear and concise answers.
Okay, very good. I'm hearing more and more dialogues about fraud, and especially concerned from merchants about fraud. Are you experiencing any of that?
Definitely. So, in this day and age, AI is on the rise. People are finding more and more ways to make a quick buck without actually working right. And we see that fraud all the time, and merchants are rightfully very afraid of it. I think as a rep, you're really in a great position to give your merchant peace of mind on that. Just them talking to a real person, I think that is a huge step in the right direction. Another angle that I like to take on that is by letting merchants know, hey, Evolve has among the highest rates of PCI compliance in the industry. We are committed to ensuring your security, your safety, making sure all of those funds are going to the right place, no one's touching them. Other processors, they're not so concerned about that, right? Because they can hit you with a monthly fee for not being compliant. So you're less secure and they're making more money off of you. And on the other side of that, we've got a great risk team as well. They are constantly monitoring those transactions for fraud, ensuring that they are legitimate and ensuring really the safety and security of your business and your overall well-being.
Very good.
So something kind of on that same tangent too, not just from the merchant side, but on our side here in the processing arena, we see a lot of fraud, right? So deals are harder to get through underwriting than they used to be. I haven't been in this industry for too long, right? I've only been in this specific job for a little over a year. But for folks who have been in the industry for a long time, I hear that deals are harder to get through underwriting. And we see it all the time here, right? We've got a form fill on our website where people who are interested in our services can call us up or submit that form fill, and we can get them set up with our services. And I will say 99% of those inquiries that come through are someone who is looking to set up a fraudulent merchant account. Maybe they've stolen someone's identity. And it's really frustrating to weed those out. And then on the other side, a lot of these are getting to underwriting, and some of them even getting through underwriting. So, I know it's a source of a lot of frustration for reps, just because, you don't want your deal to get pended. You don't want your merchant to have to wait. But I really think that it is a necessary evil. So, with that, here at Evolve, we've got a really great team that helps with the training. So just making sure, hey, you've got all these supporting documents showing this is legitimate business. Maybe you've got their financials, you've got pictures of the store. Just providing those things up front can really cut down on a lot of those issues that you might have getting through underwriting in the first place, so that they can better weed out the illegitimate inquiries from the legitimate ones.
Well, Whitney, I don't know if you have a viewpoint on this. You may or may not. But, I know that underwriting, for numerous reasons that are known to all of us, has tightened up over the last year. So I've had some like bitter complaints in the field. People can't get deals approved. So I've been more proactive in conversations. And on the other hand, I know a number of high producers out there, and they're saying, "No, I'm not having any problems. I'm getting deals approved." So I think I know some of the answer. I don't know if you have a perspective on this or not, though.
Yeah, so there was a long time where I was in that first camp where I'm like, well, dang, all my deals are getting pended. Like, I felt like I was doing everything right. I had my agreement filled out well. I submitted their driver's license, their banking information, a business license. Like, what more could they want? Well, they could want a lot more, right? So since I've really been taking this to heart, because I've been in a position where, I don't want my deals to get pended. I'm too busy to go back and forth with underwriting. I don't want to have the shame of having to go back to the merchant and collect that additional information. So for me, it's setting those expectations up front. So, hey, I'm going to need these few things, but also whatever else you can provide, that's going to be really helpful to helping make sure that there's no issues. So if you've got your financials handy, please send those over to me. Send me a couple pictures of the business, send me a picture of your business card, and submitting those things up front to underwriting, I have found it has cut down on my pins or my rejected deals significantly. And it's made those communications a lot smoother with the merchant, asking for those things up front and setting those expectations instead of having to come back and ask for them later.
Are merchants giving you pushback on sharing that information?
Very few. It's kind of surprising. So, they're handing over their social security number, right?
Right. Well, they have to do that, though.
Right. But I think really what it is, it's setting those expectations.
Okay.
So I will literally tell merchants, hey, fraud is increasingly rampant. They just need to make sure that everything's good, everything's legit, and this is for your security. And most people have absolutely no problem with that.
So you're giving them a reasonable explanation, and you're saying, hey, if you do this, then your deal's going to sell through.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's that easy.
Well, this is the part of our conversation when I say we're out of time. And I know you don't have anything better to do than to talk to me, but can you come back tomorrow? And I promise we'll finish this up tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I'll be back.
Okay, thank you. See you tomorrow morning.